Alrighty. Got y'all here by the fire. Nice and warm, toasty. And it's a little chilly outside. Not bad, just a little bit. I was sitting here ranting to myself. Hadn't made a video in ages. And I don't know, I wanted to get back into making videos. I never stopped wanting to make them. I don't know. I go through struggles in life. I deal with depression, anxiety, I don't know, they told me I had bipolar disorder and shit, but I ain't saying I didn't or don't or didn't, I don't know. I had mental fucking problems, that's for sure. And they come and go. I've been fighting them for 3-4 years. And I don't know, I feel good though. I feel like I'm fucking getting past that shit. Yeah, I'm not saying I still deal with stuff, but I handle it much, much better than I used to. And I found a good friend to help me out along the way. That's very important. One of the things I've been ranting about is independence. I shared on Facebook a little bit today too. Women fighting for independence and everybody thinking that, they're independent or whatever. Like, nobody's independent here. Nobody is independent in this world. You did not come into this world by yourself. You go out by yourself. Well, I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, there's millions of people that die every day. So you ain't dying alone. You're dying with people too. But the money system is a network that is completely dependent on connections with people. Okay, so you are dependent on that network. You're dependent on those other people. If you make money and pay all your bills yourself, you're still dependent. It's getting a little warm on my leg there. I'll open her back up in a minute. But I don't want to get too deep into that. I don't know. I was really wanting to talk about mindset, your mindset and stuff. I grew up, for the most, we weren't poor, but we weren't rich. We were low income, I would say. At least till I got a little bit older and my parents got some money out of the settlement, but we still never lived rich. We didn't live rich. I always had the feeling that we just didn't have money. Even when we had money, I don't know. I think because where I was younger, we was poor, so it just kind of stuck with me. But I was thinking about how you got all this talk these days about corruption, oppression, and stuff. You got the elites up top, these wealthy politicians and wealthy people who've created all these systems and these networks in our society that oppress us and keep us down and, don't allow us to fucking grow and develop and thrive the way that we should. And there is a lot of truth in that. There's a whole pile of corruption going on. But at the end of the day, that is a terrible mindset to have, thinking that you are oppressed by these elite people, by these other people, by these wealthy people. A lot of times, that's what I wanted to get at. We blame wealthy people just because they have money. Like, we got this fucking grudge against people with money because we grew up without money, And it's just a common theme in impoverished areas. So you grow up around all these people and they're all bitching and complaining. And so they believe that they can't do anything about it because these elites have oppressed them and they don't have the power to fucking change their own lives. But that's bullshit. That is the wrong mindset. Holding on to that mindset is only going to keep you right where you're at. Poor, impoverished, struggling, suffering, trying to survive. And you never get out and live life. There are ways around that shit. You don't have to be a part of the networks, the typical networks and what society has, the very thing that is oppressing you. But you're afraid to leave. You're afraid to leave that fucking job because it's paying your bills. Maybe you have family and kids or whatever you got to take care of. You got responsibilities. It ain't easy. I understand that. It's a hard, very, very hard thing to do when you're stuck in that mindset and you're, you think that's just, you just got to do what you got to do, right? But that's not true. If you're fucking miserable, you're suffering, you're not happy, and you feel that way, that you're oppressed, you got to do something about it. You have to fucking do something about it. The reason that our society has become oppressed the way that it is, so many people, is because they have given up their ability to think for themselves, do for themselves, make their own choices and decisions, and have their own morals and principles. It's always somebody else telling us how to live and how to act and behave and stuff. You got the law, you got your government, and the church, blah, blah, whatever. All this stuff telling you what's right and wrong. Your family, your friends and family, your connections with people, they don't even have to tell you. They just live. By the way they live, they're exuberating to you like how you should live if you're watching them and studying them. But you can break free from that. I lost a little bit of train of thought there. You got to take back your own mindset, your own mind. You got to learn to think and do for yourself. And stop expecting somebody else to fucking pull you out of the situation you're in. I'm a little... You can't expect other people to help you, but at the same time, if we are going to do this, fix society, fix the country, make it better, we have to help each other. You have to fucking help people. You have to help one another when you're struggling, going through hard times and all that stuff, okay? If you're surrounded by people with that impoverished mindset and they just can't, everything's negative and they don't have the power to do anything about their lives, you got to separate yourselves from those people. If you're in a bad workplace, your workplace is corrupted, it's not fair, it's not treating you right, you got to fucking do something about it. Change your workplace, go find a new place to work, start your own business. I highly, highly encourage people to start their own business, get out on their own, make their own money. Then you're not dependent on these corrupted systems. And the system can't oppress you anymore. So now, all of it falls on you. Like how much money you make is up to you. You can make as much as you want. If you're fucking determined enough and willing to do it, and you gotta have a mindset. If you got a bad mindset, you gotta fix your mindset first. That's probably the hardest thing in the world to me, is fixing yourself. That's where the real work is at. When you fix your own belief systems, you go through the work of changing your own belief systems, you realize money's not fucking bad, it's not evil. It's okay to make good fucking money. You can pull yourself out of your financial struggles and your poverty-stricken life and your oppression. And now, suddenly, you're not oppressed by anybody. Man, that just makes me happy right there, thinking about it. Nobody is fucking oppressing you. Except maybe yourself. You might oppress yourself. That's really, a lot of us, that's what we do. We do it to ourselves. If figure out who you are, you get a good connection with God. It's very difficult and very hard for anybody to come and oppress you. You take back your own power. You become a powerful person. And it's kind of like, just like physical strength. Man, it's got a lot of physical strength and power. You're not just going to go push him over. Most people don't have, so we're talking about spiritual strength here. I ain't going to say most people. A lot of people just don't have good spiritual strength. I know I didn't. I never did. and I was pushed all around. I just accepted stuff and put up with shit that I shouldn't have fucking put up with, and I don't know. Had low confidence, low self-esteem. I mean, I could say like no confidence, no self-esteem, but I don't know. It was bad. I had my mind was basically shut down. It didn't even fucking operate. It doesn't function properly. It still doesn't. That's something I'm struggle with every day. Is trying to get my brain flowing. Get all the bad shit out of it and get it running the way that it's supposed to run. I mean, I'm operating on. I know what my potential is because I seen my potential back in 2020, 5 years ago. Where I just suddenly opened up, my head and my heart connected, had this pure connection with God, enlightenment. I was enlightened. It was the most amazing thing that ever happened to me. It lasted for 2 or 3 months, and I made a bad decision, and felt disconnection from God. I didn't have that pure connection anymore. And almost instantly, I began to. So during that time, I didn't experience doubt, fear, self-loathing, no negative fucking feelings at all. None. They were gone. But as soon as I made a bad decision that I did, and disconnected from God a little bit, I instantly began experiencing fear again. No, it wasn't, it wasn't bad right off the bat. It was just a little bit here, a little bit there. But I started experiencing fear, doubts. Doubt came in. Eventually just evil just seeped its way back in and completely took over me. And so I shut myself back down again. Shut my brain down, my heart shut down. And I was no longer able to be myself. Be authentic and original, who I am, me, who God created me to be. And so I've been operating at like 5 or 10% of what I should be operating at, that 100%. When I was with God, I was 100%. Right now, it's literally that bad. I don't know if I'd say 5 or 10% now. I feel like it's getting better. Okay? We might say 20%, maybe. It's still very, very low. My knowledge, my ability to remember stuff, just connect with people, talk confidently, all that stuff is way, way down here, and it used to be way up there. But we're getting it back. So you got to do all the work and get it back. All right. I saw a post the other day. It said something, I don't remember exactly. It said something about just keep doing the work. You don't see the results right now. You don't think nothing's happening. You don't think it's improving you. But you just got to keep doing the work. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, and you keep doing it. And one day, it's just going to fall into place. And you'll see the results from your work. And everybody else will see the results from your work. So, I mean, I've struggled. I never have like working a steady 9-to-5 job, but I just don't hold them down. I don't know, it's just not really for me. It doesn't work for me. Some people it does, but it don't for me. So I've bounced around trying to figure out how to make money myself. Been struggling my ass off on that because I deal with anxiety and all this stuff, when I get into a job or something it doesn't take much to overwhelm me. Luckily, I met this guy. I got this friend. He's got his shit together. He's doing good. He's, business-wise and everything. He's got a business head on him. And so he's helping me out with that, to get my mindset right and my attitude and all that shit, And I mean, just being around him, I can learn from him, It helps me out. I mean, I hope he learns from me too. I'm sure there's stuff he learned from me. We all learn from each other and help each other out. But we're 15 minutes almost. I know, I always run my stuff too long. Nobody ever watches it. That's all right too. People are going to start watching one day. Somebody will. Boy, that just give me a bad feeling. So fix your mindset, okay? Which means you got to place yourself around people that have the right mindset, have a good, positive mindset, are determined, confident, healthy, pretty healthy, wholesome people, you know. And are mostly independent. Like I say, nobody's completely independent at all. A lot of people like to believe they are, but you know, you can mostly be independent. That's a good way to be independent, but you have to maintain connections with everybody. It's really a contradiction there, kind of. You're independent, but at the same time, you're dependent. Hmm. So, anyways, say hi to Louise. My little puppy dog. I'm gonna get off here. I'm tired. Hope I can get some sleep tonight. I don't know. I ain't slept in fucking 3 nights. I ain't got 10 hours sleep in 3 nights. See, 1, 2, 3. Maybe 8 hours sleep. I don't know. I'm tired. All right. I love y'all. Anybody's watching. And good night.